Hello, everybody. Welcome to Listen Deeper. Listen Deeper. Oh my gosh, I hope you guys are well. We're here on the stream for Listen Deeper to talk about Mutt today. I'm having a great day so far. I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Definitely, you guys know the deal. As you guys are having fun, you're hearing something that you never heard before, give me the ear emojis in the chat. But you guys just let me know where we coming from. Is that LaKayla in the chat? Yo, LaKayla, one of the original OGs. Hey, good to see you. Oh my gosh, this is great to see everybody just kind of popping up and showing out. And oh my goodness. So today we're gonna be talking about Leon Thomas's Mutt. I'm excited because we're talking about a fellow baritone. You know, the guys with the lower voices. We need to be represented, and definitely because I'm a part of this whole representation thing, I would love to know what you guys think about the poll that we have in the chat today. We're talking about, do you feel like your voice is represented well in pop music? I feel like this is a really good conversation to have, and I'm really excited to have that conversation with you guys as we are talking through Listen Deeper and all the things. So wow, oh my gosh. And Deborah is also in the chat. Wow. Okay, and we have EP in the chat. Listen, you guys are showing out. This is what happens when you tell people in advance. Oh my gosh, this is so great. Okay, so why don't we start with our theme song, of course. So what I want you guys to do is, as usual, grab your dance emojis, grab all of your celebration tools, because we're gonna celebrate that we're here for Listen Deeper. So we're gonna start and as usual, I'm trying to cue up this thing. Oh my gosh. All right, so here we go. We're gonna dance to our theme song. Here we go. Everybody now listen. Come on and listen deeper. Come on and listen deeper. Listen deep. Listen deeper. Oh yeah. Listen deeper. Come on, everybody, and listen deeper. Come on, everybody, and listen deep. Come on, everybody, and listen deep. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. I love it. Listen, because I told you guys in advance, you guys got to be here. Listen, I have been working my butt off to make sure you guys know in advance. But yes, today we're talking about Leon Thomas's Mutt. I know that the song has been out. It's been out for a while, but I feel like it's gotten, like, Leon Thomas, in his notoriety has been gained. He's done his Tiny Desk. You know, people have heard his song more and more, and I feel like it's now created like this sense of this sense of what do you want to call it, like je ne sais quoi, like there's something that's happening to him in his career, and I'm so happy for him. And also I'm happy about the fact that he is a lower voice, and that we're getting some representation from some lower voices. And so I would love to talk about Mutt. But as the title kind of tells us, a lot of people are trying to figure out. Yes, and Deborah's like, yes, advanced noise was how I got here. Listen, I was just like, listen, we need to just jump on in and just do it. And I'm like, there's so many things that I'm figuring out as we go, and I'm just loving the fact that you guys are so supportive along the journey. So please continue to give me grace as we figure it all out. There was one week where we were playing the theme song and it was just not working. And it's just like, there are so many things that go into being live, and I'm just so thankful that you all are here. So here's what we're gonna do. I want to talk a little bit about the tuning of Mutt, because I think what was really cool, like, you know, in starting to listen through the song and kind of figure things out, is that we're dealing with a tuning system that is slightly different than usual. like not even a tuning system, but more so just like where the tuning is done. So what I wanted to kind of do was kind of show you guys a little bit of what it looks like, and actually kind of talk to you guys about the sample as well, because this song is built off of a really cool sample from Enchantment. The name of the song is called Silly Love Song, and it's really one of those samples that it's just like, this is just on a platter just waiting for you. So if you don't mind, I would love to kind of dig into the sample with you guys, and kind of see a little bit of what's going on. So if you come with me to FL Studio here, I'm just kind of opening up a little bit of Mutt, and just kind of seeing, and I've already been kind of fiddling around with it, but there's two things. There are two things that are happening here, in order to transform this song into what it is. So we have the original, what you will call it, the original sample here from Enchantment. I know, LaKayla, right? It's like, oh my goodness, like. The song is so well put together that you probably wouldn't even notice and see that it's sampled, but absolutely it is sampled. Oh my gosh. And Deborah Rose said, you support us, so it's a beautiful mirror. Love your channel. Thank you so much, Deborah. I really appreciate your guys' support. So this is really cool. And for all of my people that are on vertical right now, you're seeing we were talking about Type Dangerous last week. We were talking about Mutt today, but let's kind of dig into the sample. So this is what the sample sounds like, just as it is. It's actually a lot slower than usual. And hi Maxine, you're also in the chat. Great to see you there. Right? Right? Isn't it so slow? I was like, when I first heard it, I was like, whoa, this is a lot slower than we were dealing with in the actual song. So they must have changed it a little bit. Let's see a little bit of how they changed it. So first of all, this is now this is Mutt. This is kind of this is how in fact, they already played the sample really from the beginning. Yeah? And then he kind of sings over it. Right? So it's the exact same thing, but what they did is they did a few things. So first of all, the key of Enchantment was a little bit lower. Whoa. Sorry, we're dealing with a few things here. But the key was for Silly Love Song was Dunner. Okay, so we're dealing with a C sharp minor here. However you want to kind of bring it, however you want to sing it, rather. So right. Okay, cool. EP's like, I had to switch over to horizontal because it was a little too dry. I love that. Do whatever you need to, right? So it's a really cool sample, but when you change the pitch here by probably a few, right? So I'm changing the pitch very gradually here. Still going up. Okay. Okay, so now we're a lot closer to where Mutt usually would be. But what's really cool is that Mutt is actually in between keys as well. So if you were to say, okay, this thing goes up by about 4 semitones, right? So say this was the original chord. We've actually gone up by a few keys. Let's see if I can actually remember the voicings, right? Right, that's essentially where we've been taken, but we've also been taken up by a little bit more of a smidge. So let's take this up a little bit more, if you guys are following along with me. Right, so we got, and if you guys are hearing something you never heard before, then definitely give me some of those ear emojis. I would love to know that you guys are listening deeper and all of the things. Right? Okay, so let me see. Sorry, anyway, I'm just kind of being all trollish and stuff. All right, so let's kind of adjust this a little bit. I found that it was kind of a little bit around 435 cents, so it's not quite the full half. Right? And then also you need to kind of change the speed a little bit. And once you change the speed, you're where Leon Thomas is, right? And I see Curtis K with the ears. You're telling me that you're hearing something. I love that people are hearing things that they've never heard before. This is cool. All right. So and welcome to the chat, Curtis. This is great to have you. So let's kind of so if we're kind of playing this on the piano, or actually I have to. I actually have to change the tuning of my keyboard a little bit in order for you to actually get it. So I'm actually going to, for this entire stream, going to change the tuning of my keyboard by about 50 cents. 50 cents is about half a semitone or a quarter tone for those of you that are real music nerds. So. Right? And actually, because I have perfect pitch, my ear is kind of playing tricks on me. So I'm gonna actually take this down, and then I'm gonna play in the key in the key above, because it sounds more like F sharp minor to me. Right? And that's kind of where or something, or whatever it is, right? So, I think the tuning is probably what makes the song stand out a whole lot on the radio. And in fact, even if I were to take the original song, you would actually be able to see that it's not even just that because the sample was taken up by let's say 4 tones, but I feel that the entire song was actually tuned up ever so slightly, just to kind of get a little bit more of this quality that you get from different tuning systems. So like what I'm gonna do even here, and this is the original song here, right? Right, that's the usual tuning that we hear. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring it down to the key that that we usually would hear it in. Actually, you know what? Let me just I'll kind of even take it down by half, just like I did with my keyboard. You'll actually hear. Right, and you can hear it's a little bit slower as well. It's like I feel like the entire master was actually treated this way, and I think from what I've heard, I haven't heard any of the other songs, but apparently from what I was reading on the internet, a lot of, in fact, maybe all of the songs that are on this album were kind of tuned up in this way. It's so cool. It kind of gives your ears like this little bit of a playground, which is really, really cool. But yeah, like I'm super like keen. I love these little trinkets and these little things. And definitely, as you guys are listening more and understanding more, definitely feel free to pop in the chat and let me know what you guys are noticing as well, because I would love to be able to talk to you guys back and forth with this stuff as well. But so that was in terms of tuning, but in terms of the other aspects of the song, I feel like the sample does a really good job of kind of setting up the tonality as well of the entire song. And what do I mean by tonality? I mean, like when you play a chord, like see like this one, or actually, sorry, because we're working, right? There are individual notes that are kind of make up the quality. It's kind of painting the world that Mutt will live in. And because the chords are so full with the strings and the sample, right? Because the chords are so full, when we start to get into the drop and we comes in with the chorus, we're still thinking about those chords. So what I'm going to do is we're going to play it from the beginning, and then you're going to hear the drop, but then I'm going to add a little bit of the keys just so you can see that you're actually like, because we were introduced to the sample earlier, our brain is already filling in the other notes, and it's already creating like this really cool effect here. right? Thank you so much, Deborah. Okay, so let me play the original here on Apple Studio. But let's just make sure it's not. Okay, so we have the sample, right? Right. So especially listen to the guitar and the strings, and then he adds the backgrounds that actually kind of go along with that. So I'm gonna continue it here though. So right, we're here. Sorry. And then right now I'm not fully in tune with it. I'm probably just a hair sharp. So I'm just gonna glide it down. 35 was really the number I was supposed to be going for. Actually, if it's 35 up, it's actually, I have to do my math. Wait, it's gonna be about a little bit different. Okay, so then I have to. Okay, I'm gonna have to play in the other key, which is okay. Okay, so then it was 435 down. So then, man. Okay, sorry, I'm doing my math here. Right. Okay, so then if it's 35 down, so then. Okay, cool. I think it should be okay. Okay, so if I were to. She said, take your time. Yeah. Okay, there we go. And then. Right, but then when you take off the chords, all you're hearing is one note, really. But then you got the backgrounds as well, right? But you're already being given this information. It's like, oh. All of these are making reference back to that original sample that you're hearing. So the reason why you might be like, oh, okay, this kind of feels like, so for Deborah, she's also saying like, it's so evocative of the old school, right? It really, the sample does such a good job of that. And I feel like even the chord structure of a lot of songs back in the day, they were kind of a little bit more elaborate, and just the chord progressions were a little bit more. There were far more chords that we were kind of working with. So kind of pulling from this sample, and then also dropping the beat, just giving us drum and bass, it kind of allowed our ears to kind of take that journey already, which is super cool. And what I feel like this song does a great job of doing is also starting to it has these moments where it's really lush with that sample, but then you also have these moments like the verse where it's a lot more understated. And it's not just understated in terms of the instrumentation in terms of drum and bass, and the chords that are being played there, but also in terms of the melody that's being sung, right? So right now I have to I'm in between keys. I just have to make sure I'm in the right place. But so let me give you an example of that. And now this is where I have to pull up the lyrics because I don't know the lyrics off by heart. But I can smoke a reggae so part of my blondness, or whatever he sings at the beginning, right? So this first note that he starts on, and in fact, why don't I just kind of even let you hear it, and then I can kind of talk about it afterwards, right? So we, right, and then we come to the verse. Let me kind of fast forward. Right here. I can smoke a reggae so part of my blondness. Right? So, right, this note that he's choosing in relation to the original note is kind of, you have this kind of hollow zone. It's called, this interval, these two notes are called a perfect fifth. For all of my music nerds, or for those that are interested in music theory, this is a perfect fifth. Now, the wonderful thing about a perfect fifth is it can create this sense of mystery, because you don't know what the note, you don't know what the chord quality is going to be, right? It's like it's almost as if I were coming up to you with a mask on, and the mask could kind of be like, you don't know fully who I am. But then it's kind of like Scooby-Doo. When you add a third, it kind of shows, okay, this is a bad guy. Or it could be, oh no, I don't know who I am. And then you have a major chord, right? You could either have minor or major. You don't know right now. Well, we do because we heard the sample before, but the whatchamacallit, this choice between the bass that's carrying this note and Leon that's singing the I don't smoke a reggae, so pardon my blindness, right? He's kind of pulling in between these two notes, but he doesn't quite land in the middle. So let's I'll kind of play these notes and you'll kind of see what I mean. Anyway, right? Oh, I love that. So Deborah says the song's lush. It invites you in. It's kind of curious. You don't know what's going to happen, but you know it's going to be good, which is really cool. I love that. Okay, so right. So we're here, right? Right? So even with his runs, Justin, and we'll break that run down a little bit later, he's kind of blowing past the third right here and kind of emphasizing these two sides. Now, how intentional do I think it was? I'm not sure if they were in the studio being like, you know what, we want to make sure, or when Leon was writing with, you know, the other writers, it was like, oh, I want it to be very mysterious, and so I'm gonna leave out the third. I don't know if that's how they were thinking. He does play piano and guitar, so it's very, very probable that he was actually thinking of this, which is actually really cool. But even if it wasn't intentional, it sets up this mystery that gets solved by the chorus. So essentially through all the other parts, you're not really hearing that middle, right? But it was given in the sample, so you're kind of expecting it. But the place that we really get it is where Leon is making his point, where he's talking about, okay, you know what, I want to be vulnerable for you. I want to show you all of my cards, and the reason why you're saying I shouldn't rush, but the reason why I'm saying it is because I'm a dog. And I want to make sure that you know that I can be a little bit like not necessarily what you would want me to be all the time. So let me just lay out my cards. And so what he does is he puts that third when he's singing, she said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. Right? So let's kind of listen for that note coming in. And of course, I'm going to be adjusting the tuning as we go on, because like the tuning is just so, like, it's just a hair. I want to really be on. But anyways, right? So let's go to the chorus. Wait. Right. She said, take your time, what's the rush? And you hear the sample in the background. I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. Baby, I'm a, and I'll even hold the note there so you can even hear. Hi, Tri-Wave Transmission. That's really cool. That's a really cool name. Good to have you in the chat. She said, take your time. That's the note that he's playing off of. I said, baby, I'm a. Right? That's really the main place where we hear that note come in, which is a really cool choice on his part. And also, we also hear that note a little bit further along when we get him talking about, like, he said he had to pop a shroom in order to like get a feeling or something. What was it? What was the line again? What was the line? Oh my gosh! But I'll let my guard down for you. New condo. Why am I not seeing? Right, there it is. It's been a minute. Had to pop a shroom to recreate the feeling. So he's talking about escapism there, and he creates this really cool run. And I'm gonna break that run down in a little bit. But I want you to just kind of, again, pay attention to that note, because it pops up for the time that he's kind of alluding to that escapism, right? And so it seems like this note is what he uses to prove his point in terms of his lyric, which is actually a really cool thing that you can put in music when you're a really good songwriter like Leon Thomas. So I'm gonna fast forward there, and I guess I'm speaking on this note until we get it. Right? Right here. Right? Ooh, yeah. Right? I'm like, he thinks his runs are much faster than mine. So I'm not even gonna try. I'm not gonna try to keep up with him. But that note is still there. Listen for it. Right? So, right? And also it's cool because he layered it on the bottom. It's like, oh, so cool. And the fact that he's able to layer it on the bottom is amazing. And this is why representation is important. I feel like all of my thoughts are following that note right now. So it's like I was singing it, and then your note clicking are just continuing on. That's really cool. Oh my gosh, it's the power of music, right? Now here's the thing. Leon Thomas is just such a good example of a lower voice that is getting some shine. I feel like I feel like voices right now, or let's put it this way. Like, I feel like singing right now in pop music, or any type of music that is popular, like R&B, or that's at the forefront, I feel like women are taking the front lines. I'm not mad at that at all. In fact, most of the singers I listen to are female singers. But because females are leading the charge, and because women are leading the charge in terms of in terms of painting what singing is supposed to sound like, all other music is kind of following that trend. And so when record labels kind of sign guys, you're getting you're getting these guys that are either super tenors, or you're getting these guys that are not necessarily super tenors, but they're being pushed into the extremes of their range. And so a lot of the singing that we hear from a lot of guys right now, it's high. It's like in the stratosphere. And the thing is, the average male voice is not a tenor voice. Tenor voices are more rare. Most guys you're gonna find are in between that tenor and bass range. They're baritones, right? Now my voice type is kind of evolving. I lean towards the tenor space, but in terms of build, I'm much more of a baritone, right? Now I'm learning how to get into my highs a little bit more. In fact, Leon has some high moments as well, but like in terms of that, and this is the hard thing as well, because men do have, there are men that do have really good handles on their voices on the higher side. Like men that are able to really easily get into like their mix and into like their extremely high head range, right? But but not all men's voices that are able to do that like you're not necessarily getting that thunderous quality that you're looking for from a man's voice, because men have been singing at the top of their range for a really long time. I mean, back in the day, you had people like Frank Sinatra, you had Nat King Cole, you have Barry White, like these guys that had like these lower voices, and we really appreciated these lower voices, but you don't really see that. You don't really see that in pop music today. It's like guys are really being pushed into the extremes of the range. And that's why Leon Thomas is just such a breath of fresh air to me, because you're hearing him sing in his actual middle range for that chorus. He should take your time. What's the rush? Right? That is a guy's mid, right? Like the average guy can sing that. Right? Even for guys that don't really sing, even if they needed to push a little bit because they don't really have like a connection to their higher belts yet and their head voice, they could use their hockey voice to sing that. See, to take your time, what's the rush? Right? You can get there, right? So for me, like a song like Mutt getting to, I think it got to like number 13 or number 12 on the Billboard charts, especially with the Chris Brown remix that came in. Like you have like this guy that actually is singing in most guys' range. Reminds me of like even Frank Ocean, the way he was singing in like guys's in a guy's range, like a normal guy's range, like because tenors are aliens apparently. But you're getting this super cool like representation that's happening for the male voice, and that's what I'm about. Right? Like, I'm like, can we let the guys sing and they don't have to be screaming in order to try to get the notes, right? And screaming all the time is not really healthy for your voice. Right? So here's the thing. I'm also like very passionate about guys being able to understand what their voice is supposed to do is something that I help people with, and I'm very much about vocal health and you keeping your voice in its in its top shape frame. Right? So what I want to do is actually like for all of you guys that are here on the stream, I want to give you guys something. It's completely free to you. I've actually compiled what I call the vocal health cheat sheet. And so essentially what it is it's a 2-page document that's going to give you a list of tips to be able to continue to keep your voice in check. And especially if you're like a singer and you've been having trouble with your voice, like this document is really going to help you to be able to like unpack, okay, what's going on with my voice? What are the things that I can actually do to actually help me to actually figure this out? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in the chat right now because I love you guys and I want to give this to you. So all you need to do is go to ryvoice.ca/vocal health, right? So I just put it in the chat for those of you that are here, ryvoice.ca/vocal health. And there you're going to get the cheat sheet. I just put the link there. All you need to do is just put in your email and then you're going to get an email from me. Once you get the email from me, it's going to send back to you the link for you to be able to download. So definitely feel free to take advantage of that resource, especially if you are trying to figure out what's happening with your voice, right? Yeah, like this is so cool. Like I love this conversation about like men singing, and I love that that Mutt kind of is this really cool representation of what a guy's voice can be when it's just living in its natural space. And we also get some really cool moments in terms of runs. So I want to take some time to kind of unpack some of the runs that were kind of happening here on Mutt from Leon Thomas. And in fact, if you really know the song and if you've really been listening, he's singing down the entire time. It's like there are runs all over this thing. It's like he's like, I am coming for everybody and their mom in terms of in terms of like being like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna give you all that I can do in terms of the vocals. The vocals, because I feel like people say that a lot nowadays. And also checking in with the poll, you have people that are saying actually it's half and half. We're asking, do you feel like your voice is represented in pop music? Half the people are saying yes, half the people are saying no. So it's like a tie right now. So it's like there's some people that feel represented, but just as many people that don't feel represented. So according to this poll, at least right now, it's only 4 votes. So it's not like a really true like case study. But according to our poll, you have a half of the people that feel like the singers that are on the radio are representing them, and then half of the people that don't. Right? And so we want everybody to sing. So we need to bridge that gap. And so that's why you're here, and that's why I'm here. I'll reclaim your voice. Right? So let's kind of go to one of the runs here. It actually comes out of like really, really early in the song. It's in the first verse where he sings trust in what was the full lyric again? Yeah, I see past pretty faces, so I got trouble trusting. So he's gonna sing that there, and then we can kind of break it down, and we'll kind of pull out the iPad and have some fun, right? Oh, it was kind of muted. So I see past pretty faces, so I got trouble trusting. And I like it. I like right. He's in my range, so I'm like, I gotta. It's pushing me. I see past pretty faces, so I have trouble trusting. Right? It's a little lick, but because it's so quick, you kind of don't think that it's super elaborate and super like what's the word? You might not think that it's overly elaborate at all, but it's got some things that are there, and just because of his speed. So let's kind of break this down together. Hopefully this works. Okay, cool. My iPad's on. So if we were kind of pulling this out, so let me kind of start with the individual notes. So we got trusting, right? Oh, yeah, because we're in a different tuning system. And it happens so quick. Now, even if you were to like bring this speed a little bit down in terms of like the way that the song was treated, this thing is still extremely fast. And even when he sings the song live, you can really hear him like go for it in terms of like the agility and just the run. It's just like there's so many ideas that are coming out of him. So we got so let's listen to it a little bit one more time. So I got trouble trusting. Yeah, that thing is cool. So we got trusting. Oh, okay. You're not able to see that. You're just seeing me right now. Right, so let's kind of rewind that. Ooh, I love this observation from you, EP. He kind of reminds me a little bit of PJ Morton, not necessarily the music style, but his vocal choices. Absolutely he does. That is trippy. I never thought of that until now. I'm putting ear emojis in the chat because I have never thought about that. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. 100% true, EP. Oh my gosh, I never thought of that. Yes, he does sound like PJ Morton. Yo, yes, his choices are absolutely PJ Morton. For those of you that don't know PJ Morton, you can need to go look up his music. Oh my gosh, he's what? Yes, absolutely sounds similar. And also PJ Morton is another good example of a guy that's singing in a guy's range. Now he kind of goes for it. No, I think Leon Thomas does as well. It's just this song is a little bit more laid back. But that was a really good, yeah. If you don't know what EP's talking about, go and listen to some PJ Morton, and that will actually really Though really, yeah. Sorry, that was just I never thought of that until now. Okay, so let's see if okay, cool. So we got I have trouble trusting. Now, what is cool is that he starts he sings trust, and then we get the latter part of the word here, right? But he could have went trusting, but he actually started the lyric a little bit before trusting, or rather he kept the same note and then went up trusting, and then he finishes it off trusting. Yeah, that is cool, right? So why don't we kind of listen to it at half the speed? That way it will kind of help us to kind of hear a little bit more, as well as check to make sure I'm right. All right, so here we go. Right here. And here. Right? It's so fast. Wasn't that quick? That was so quick. I didn't even realize how quick. Even at half the speed, it's so quick. Right? I might have to take that to a quarter of the speed so that we can actually hear it. Okay, hold on. Because sometimes at quarter the speed, you can't fully hear the quality of it. But let's see if this kind of works. Okay, so let's take it to quarter the speed. Right here. Yeah, and it kind of gets washed underneath the kick, but yeah, that thing is quick. That thing is quick. Now let's hear that at full speed, and see if you can follow along. It's on Tristan. Okay. Right here, 1, 2. Yeah, trusting. Right. And Evie, you're thinking, yeah, right. It's closed, right? So and it's funny because he kind of drops off the G in the sound, so we don't get the full nasal but we do get that sounded consonant on the end. Trusting, right? So it's that, and you know what? He actually closes a little bit. It's not fully that N, but he already starts to close it down. Trusting, right? I like it. I like it a lot. Right. Okay, so let's find another run, because he's singing down the whole time. Now let's run it back to actually, I think this is you know what, it's a bit of the ways into the second verse. We talked about it already, actually. Yeah, I thought it was really cool because it was layered on the octave. So let's kind of go a little bit further. So it's about 149. Let me just make sure it's the same. Yeah, okay, cool. So so it's on an it's really cool. He's kind of giving the feeling of that escapism, that high. Right? Yeah. It's so churchy too. I'm I'm a little biased. Am I a little biased? Yes, I am very biased. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Oh my. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh. Yeah, that thing was so churchy. Let's listen to it one more time and then we'll break it down. Okay. Yeah. Man, it's so fast. So it can sometimes feel a little hard to catch, but we're gonna catch it right here. Okay, so we have the ooh, woo, woo. Oh, let's tune it. This tune on it. Woo, woo, woo. So, and it's kind of like this. It's kind of got this gut feeling to it. Okay, so we got a slight inflection there. And it kind of bounces on. Holds it. And then he right? Okay. Yes, this is just some great stellar stuff. Yeah. Oh man, he's singing. Man, I just can't. And what I also love is that he's breaking the stereotype that lower voices can't move. Come on, Agility is doing some great stuff. So let's hear it in context. Yeah, I wish I had that yellow ball. Listen, if I had that yellow ball, I'm probably just gonna have to animate this, because this thing is so quick, and I'm trying to follow along with with my bend, but man, it's just quick. But I will help you as we go through it at half the speed. All right, so stay with me, everybody. Stay with me. Okay, let's kind of go through it at half the speed. So let me make sure we're there. All right, so are we at half the speed, O'Neill? Yes, we are. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get into it right here. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it one more time. Again, if you're hearing something you haven't heard before, just give me that ear emoji and it'll help you to really to lock it in and help me to know that you're learning something. All right. Oh wait, that's a little too far back. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Oh God, that's good. And it's kind of more in, but let's hear it at the full speed now. Oh, let's have fun at the full speed. Let's take it full speed, everybody. All right. Going a little bit further back. All right, here we go. Here we go. 1, 2. Yeah. Yeah. He's just singing his face off, as he should, as he absolutely should. But he is just singing down the place, singing down the place. Absolutely, he is. Oh my gosh, what great stuff. Okay, now let's take it to the last run. This one is nearer to the end, but but I really liked it. Again, there's runs happening all over this thing, but he just had a really cool thing that was happening there. But before that, why don't I just even tell you a little bit of what we're going to be looking at next week. Next week, wait, hold on. Should I give you the run and then tell you? I probably should, but I will tell you that this isn't the end of the conversation about Mutt, because on Friday we have Shape the Sound, where we are going to take everything and mix it up, completely change it. So we're either taking ideas from what we've learned here, or we're taking the actual song and actually sampling it and just completely transforming it and creating it into something so good and so different. So this is the part where I show you the Shape the Sound countdown. I don't know if you were able to hear me, but nonetheless, I would love for you guys to be able to be at Shape the Sound. So feel free to dial in, to lock in. Anyway, let's break down this last one, but let's take a listen to it first. Yeah. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, it is churchy. Yeah. Ooh. Yes. Yes, sir. Sing. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Yeah. I am so gosh, I love good singing, and this is why next week we'll be talking about Kiara Sheard. Yes, yeah. So I'm like, okay, let me slide it in. So yes, next week for Listen Deeper, we're gonna be talking about Kiara Sheard, and we're going to be yeah, exactly right, EP. Yeah, he's crazy, but yeah. He's crazy. Next week we'll be talking about Kiara Sheard. Am I going to tell you the song? No, I won't tell you the song. But we're going to be talking about Kiara Sheard. Oh, you know what? Let me even tell you, Deborah. This is such a good question. So why don't I even? Okay, this is because you guys are family. I'm gonna show you. So what we do on Shape the Sound is we essentially take the song that we were breaking down this week on Listen Deeper. So this week we were talking about Mutt. And what we do is I get into a digital audio workstation or I get on my computer, and for the entire time, you guys are hanging out with me while I'm taking the song and we're creating a new song out of it. So like we're adding some instruments. We're taking the song, we're chopping it, we're chopping it up. We're doing something different. In fact, what I'll do is I'll show you what we did last week. I think that will kind of help you to kind of understand. So we're coming back to this run, I promise. But just to kind of show you a little bit of what Shape the Sound is. Last week, we were working with Mariah Carey's new song, Type Dangerous. And we had a fun time really just kind of taking it apart and just kind of figuring out, okay, what about this song do we like? What do we want to actually carry over and kind of figure out about it? So what we did, if it would just open, yeah, okay, here it is. We took the song and we made a Jersey type beat with it. So why don't I'm just kind of getting that ready and I'm just kind of stalling in between. But this is kind of what it sounded like. And yeah, this is totally off topic, but I think this will kind of help. I'll kind of even go in this view. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, the chorus was looking for the dangerous type, right? And what we did is we created this. Hey! Oops, sorry. Sorry. We did this all last week. Okay, yeah, that's all. That's all you get. So we had lots of fun creating that. This is so funny. It was so fun. So if you want to be there and if you want to see what we do with Mutt, because we talked about it, we talked a little bit about the keys and all these fun things that we get to create. Deborah, I love that summary right there. So you deconstruct songs we love and adore and make even more magical beats. I love this. I love this. Yes. Oh my gosh. Is that a Nintendo Switch Snap? Snap? My Switch was in here, so I don't. You have to let me know what you're talking about. But I don't know. Maybe it was something on my screen or something like that. But yeah, in fact last week on Reclaim Your Voice Live, we were playing actually Nintendo Switch. I was playing Smash to explain some things, which was really cool. Oh my goodness, this is so fun. It's so fun here. I love that we're doing this for the summer. Like live streaming has been really, really cool. So okay, I could hear it in the it does sound like the Nintendo Switch Snap. That wasn't intentional. I never even thought about that. Wow. Oh my gosh, Deborah, I do really love your description there. That we deconstruct songs that you love and adore and make even more magical beats. I love that. That. Oh my goodness. So be with me on Friday because we're gonna be we're at 2 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna be breaking down and kind of making something new out of Mutt, and I have no idea what it is. I haven't thought about it. I haven't planned it. I've barely even set it up to actually get it done. So literally like right then and there, I'm thinking of what we're doing and we're kind of talking and having some fun and even bring things that you guys want to talk about, because what I really want to do is just kind of talk about whatever you guys are passionate about, and kind of whatever the conversation ends up being is what it ends up being. And then sometimes I kind of get into this mode and I'm just like, oh, we're kind of making the beat, and then we kind of do things. So again, it's Shape the Sound is this Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, so Shape the Sound is this Friday. It's gonna be same place here on the channel. I'm gonna do what I did today and give you guys the notification so that you guys can set the notification. In fact, Wait, no. Can I do that right now? Am I able to give it so you guys? I mean, it would be. And Evie, you're right. It was crazy. It was like it, that one was so it was so cool because it was so quick. Like that one was an hour and a half. Usually Shape of Sound like it ends up at 3 hours. In fact, we have to do 2 hours this week. But like it came super quick. I was absolutely impressed. I was like, oh my, that is quite the thing. And I was like, are you serious? We're like we can actually we can create something out of nothing, and it happens that quickly. Like it was beautiful. So here's what I'm gonna do. Because I want to make sure you guys are gonna be there. I'm gonna give you guys a special link to be able to just even set the date and put it in to get the notification to know when we're going live. So I'm gonna give you guys a notification here. All you guys need to do is just head out there and just click the notification. So I just put it in the chat. You're probably gonna have to you're probably just gonna have to copy it and all the things, but just go there, click the notification, and then you'll be able to be there. Let's talk about this last run, shall we? Okay, so let's play it one more time. Still off of Mutt. It was really cool. Right? Yeah. Oh, I loved it. Oh my goodness. Right? So I know I'm so excited for Shape the Sound now. Oh my gosh, just talking about it. And just listening to the beat. Oh my gosh. And here's the thing. I'm trying to figure out because Ify, you were asking me last week what are we gonna do with all of the beats. I have an idea of what I want to do. And I think I might want to do it for people who become members of the channel. Now, there is no membership thing that's here right now, but I was like, because there's so many different like streams, like, and right now all of the streams for Listen Deeper and everything is unlisted. I have ideas. I have ideas for you guys. So just hold tight. Hold on. It's unchanging it. Anyway. Oh my gosh. Anyway, shout out to God who's holding on to me more than I'm holding on to him. Oh, that's a preach. Anyway, but yes, I'm just gonna put the notes here, and then we'll have some fun on Friday. But we got ooh, and there's a little bit of a pause. Ooh, 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 and then ooh. Yeah, so cool. Ooh, 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 ooh. Yeah, that is cool. I'll play that at half the speed. Oh my gosh, you guys have got me in so much excitement for Friday. Oh my goodness. Wait. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, sorry. Right here. Right here. Oh wait, no. I went a little too far. Right here. And actually, you know what? There's actually no pause. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so let's kind of correct that there. So, and I'll kind of even extend it here. Whoa, that's not an extending. That's more of what's happening. Okay, let's listen to it again at half the speed. And right, and now it looks a little confusing because there's no flow there. But you guys get the picture. We'll play it at full speed after I kind of fix this right here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And in fact, just because, why don't I just kind of even paint it for you properly so that you guys can follow along. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. Yeah. Okay, so now here we go. 1 and 2 and yeah. And we'll do it at the full speed, and then I'll be out of your hair. Okay. Here we go. 1, 2. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. That is crazy. Ooh. Ew. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh, but I had so much fun with you guys. This is so great. I hope you guys had fun too. I hope you guys got the chance to go and grab the vocal health cheat sheet. If you haven't, I'll just place the link here one more time for you guys. And we'll have so much fun on Friday for Shape the Sound here, same time at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm so glad that you guys stuck it out with me. And in order to celebrate, for us to head on out, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sing our theme song just one more time. For all of you that were here for Listen Deeper back when we were doing it in 2020. Oh my gosh, it was 5 years ago. Oh my goodness, right? Back before I was married. Oh my goodness. But we're gonna say this is what we used to do as well. So get your dancing emojis, and we'll celebrate the end of Listen Deeper. And I'll see you all next on Friday for Shape the Sound. So here we go. Thanks for joining. Come on, listen deeper. Hey, hey, oh, oh, oh. Listen deeper. Listen deeper. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with you guys. I hope that you will join me next on Friday for Shape the Sound, on Monday for Reclaim Your Voice Live, and next week when we talk about Kiara Sheard for Listen Deeper. I am so